Welcome to Sage and Soul Talk. I'm Kushine, your host, bringing you deep conversations with healers, teachers, and seekers. Together, we'll share wisdom, soul truths, and the art of living with awareness and purpose. And today, I'm very excited to introduce to you a very special guest.
Hi. สวัสดีค่ะ
Welcome, everyone, to Sage and Soul Talk. I am Kushine, your host for today. And today, I have a very, very special guest, Miss Naiyana Gold. Naiyana is a Thai shamanist, healer, and spiritual teacher born into a family of Eastern shamanism and Buddhism. Her family has been doing this line of work for many, many generations. Her work focuses on teaching people how to make peace with their past, how to build a life based on unconditional love, kindness, and forgiveness, and most importantly, how to be present in the here and the now. Naiyana herself has mastered the alchemy of living in harmony with the world of the seen and unseen. I am extremely, extremely excited and pleased to introduce you this playful, powerful, funny, and amazing sage who's like a mother, and she has a lot to share with everyone. So thank you so much for joining us here today, Naiyana.
Wow, thank you for the big wrapped up on me. Thank you for having me, and I'm looking forward to share what I know.
And Naiyana, can you please tell us a little bit more about yourself? Well, we all know that you come from a family that has been doing this line of work for many, many generations. And what made you decide to continue this path forward instead of choosing another way of life?
I didn't choose. You know, this line of work somehow always find the right person. We were born to be. When it's time come, you surrender, then your gift starting to blossom, right? So I also had to go through a lot of things in life to get here. So everything that happened in life is always lead us to one place to another up until right here, like how we are talking right now. Me choosing it? No, I just walk wherever the universe is taking me. Yes, I have been growing up in a family that are healers. It's not something that I'm intrigued when I was young. It's almost like I was a little scared of it. What are they doing? Having people in and out of the house all the time, having my grandpa praying morning and night, very dedicated in his practice and in his helping others, and people were coming to extend their life.
Oh, their
Yeah,
life?
so yes, he's like a shaman. That when people are struggling or sick, people will come and see him, and he will create some healing, his own method. Also, to help them to overcome that sickness or heal.
Oh, wow, intriguing. I remember you once mentioned that your grandpa was just very popular when you were a kid.
Yes,
Coming in and out.
it's always he always have people around coming to see him, and some not a family members or his friends. Some are strangers that you never seen before. So
Wow.
I grew up in that environment, and also right now I'm not as popular as he is because it's different kind of work. And I also create my own way, our method, not something that he did, but upgraded from it in my own way, in my own experience. I'm happy that I actually walking this path. It's make me much more fulfilled, because to start this path is when you actually reach somewhere that you don't feel fulfilled anymore. Your 9 to 5 job, your normal life that you are in is something missing. Whether if you are very successful in your work in this, the community, but there's something's always missing. So that's how my journey started, to find myself, to find who I am. What is it that is bigger than I am? I wasn't. That was a question for me to go into this journey. It's not because I wanted to heal others or become the healers. I never could have imagined this, but somehow it just stumbled across it, and I surrendered to it, and I'm very happy that I can be holding the space for someone that is very similar to I once was, and to guide them to find who they are. And they gift, we all have gift. This is what I believe. So you just need some helping hand.
Thank you so much for sharing that. I can relate to it a lot. Would you mind sharing a little bit more about your transition from the old way of living, the 9 to 5 job, and you transitioning out of that into this path of being of service. What was the experience like for you?
It was very scary.
Yeah,
A big
sure.
change. I was a city girl. I was, working in the corporate and having a lot of friends and having a lot of things to do. I was enjoying in some extent at that life. I have my little family, little daughter. I had to take the step if I want to find more. I had to jump. It wasn't fulfilling. It was inside still painful, still lonely, still yearning or looking for things that you cannot explain sometimes. And sometimes I would have some vision or some connection from the unseen. We call it unseen, right? The energy. And I didn't understand what it was until I actually got into this. It was really scary, but I was really wanting to face myself and face my fear. So I detach myself from everything, get out of work, take my little daughters and go and live in the jungle, go and live in the village somewhere very far.
Wow, like literally in the middle of nowhere. But you're going there like for your own self inner journey, and you also have a daughter, like a baby to take care of. What was that like? You're practically doing two very different things, right? And it's a lot taking care of a child while doing spiritual work.
Well, I also been disapproving from my family, let's say, to choose this path. So I had to fight through a lot and to also be strong and stern with my own decision. From graduating from overseas, I could have a great job in a company, great income, and able to support my daughter and my family. But I choose to trust. Where would it take me? It may be a wrong decision. It looked like it was a wrong decision at the time to do it, as I am as stubborn. And I have to prove myself. They think that more than this, more than what the society said, what the family said. And today I proved it to myself that I can do it. I come up on top of it and much more fulfilling also to be able to play with life rather than putting yourself in the box. It's a long journey, but it's worth it. Spiritual path is not easy. Not like if it's easy, everybody will be enlightened, right? So there's more obstacle in the spiritual path than the normal path. No more human, no more 9 to 5. I'm not discouraging people because you can do it. I can do it. Everybody can do it.
So what would be your advice for people who are in the process of transitioning into this line of work?
No fear, because you have the universe behind you. You are being taken care of. You are where you're meant to be.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Short, sweet, and powerful. Your work focuses a lot on the teaching of forgiveness. Would you be able to share with us your perspective, what forgiveness really means to you, and why is it so important for us to forgive?
Well, first of all, forgiveness has been in my journey throughout my lifetime. Since I was young, since I was born, one thing that we always do at home is forgiveness to our elders. So it's become a custom to my own family. Every time we go to our grandparents, before we leave them, we will gather some flowers, some gifts, some candles, and then we will ask them for forgiveness. So we sit them down, we put our hand together, and we also ask if we did anything wrong to them while we in this trip or while we knowing them, because we also are conscious human, right?
I could just like imagine my grandparents or my mom like, you did very long list of complaints. Sorry to cut you in, but please continue.
So you can see the picture, right? So,
yeah.
But I was very lucky to born in a very harmonious family because
right.
of this practice, right? Because we always forgiving, we always recognizing of what we're doing wrong, or even we don't recognize, we want to be aware of that. And then we also get blessing from them. Our families, our elders are the most powerful as a unconditional love. They will always love us even we did something wrong, but we just have to recognize it. And their blessing was a lot of value to us. So it's been doing that custom all my life. I even still teaching my daughters. I have 2 now, and I teach them every New Year, every important time. Every time we have elders coming to visit, we also doing this gesture even to our parents every year. So that's why it's so important, because I'm embedded in my blood with this, and I know it's work because my families are quite harmonious. They are very forgiving.
Well, that's a great blessing that your family is really embedded with the understanding and the practice of forgiveness for situations where people who are born into a family who's not very harmonious. How could they practice forgiveness in an environment like that?
If they're starting to surrender to it, to give, it's not just for themselves. Like, it's a way, and the negative energies or the energy that is weighing them down, to be able to release it, to be uplifted, not just for themselves, but it's also for the person that they are forgiving, right? Because if you are feeling, holding on to this heaviness, heavy rock in the heart, they also have that heavy rocks in their heart. It's about doing the work. Whoever do the work first is the winner. I always say it.
The winner.
So forgiveness is not the ultimate, but it's the medicine for finding the harmony. There are many other ways. I'm sure that there'll be many other ways, but this is one way that I actually learned, and it's work, and I want to share my custom, the custom of the family. As a Buddhism born, raised, forgiveness is also part of the rituals. So if you want to know, practice and see what happens. Because I can't also tell you that it's going to work or not work with you. But at this, it's a start. You need to start somewhere.
So if you were to...
Oh, sorry. I just having this cat biting my hands. I forgive you too. He come and play with me while I'm talking to you. Sorry.
He just wants to be in the podcast.
On the camera. Be part of it.
So if you were to explain to someone what true forgiveness is, how would you explain it?
When you forgive someone, when you see them again, it doesn't trigger you anymore. They don't have the power, that rock doesn't have the powers in your heart anymore to hold it. So you will be much lighter. You'll be able to live harmony within. You will find peace with it. And it's also allow you to move forward quite easily from life. And you create much more space in your heart to receive. You enjoy life, as I am also enjoying life, and not taking anything as personal attack or revenge. Forgiveness doesn't mean forget. It's allow you to be free. You're freeing yourself. It's a freedom inside.
Thank you for sharing that. Would you say forgiveness is something that's instant, or it takes time?
Some can be instant if you're not taking it heavily. But when you are taking it heavily, it will take time, because things takes time to heal. But you have to continue practicing, continue forgiving. So the first time you may forgive the person, they say 10%, right? 20% when you're doing it, but you're still holding, because that's an emotion that you are also so used to, right? The perception that you already still have with that person. So the more you're doing it, the more you're releasing it from yourself. It's become more and more. And eventually it's become nothing.
Sometimes people struggle to forgive themselves because we're our own harshest critique. So in this kind of situation, what would be your advice for people to start soften their inner resistance?
That one.
It's easy to forgive others, right?
Is it?
I mean, for me, it would be easier to forgive someone else than to forgive myself. It takes time for me to understand what is the actual resistance or the reason why I have that program in me to not be able to forgive myself. And sometimes some people are just not aware, you need to forgive yourself. I didn't even know that exists.
Well, it's a program. You are your own critic. You are the hardest critic of your own. And it's also, you put a lot of guilt based on also the belief code that you receive, right? What is right and what is wrong. And you use that as a benchmark for yourself. And when you did something wrong based on that benchmark, then you feel bad and you put yourself down with that. And because it's so hard and ingrained, embedded in your heart, that you cannot release it. You still think that it's your fault. You're still blaming things that happen to others, happen to even yourself. First, I guess you just have to take that responsibility that, okay, you did blame yourself, or you are hard done by yourself. And you also have to see, is that what you want to continue believe in it, in that belief, in Buddhism teaching, the false beliefs that cause the suffering at the end. We've been learned this way, what is right and what is wrong. So that's the belief that we receive. And then we believe in it. And we're still holding on to that belief, whether maybe it's not resonate with you anymore. And you suffer from it still. To release, to change the belief, the way you're looking at yourself, then that will help you to release that. Okay, what's done is done. You're done because you were unconscious and you were not knowing better, or not knowing what your true heart know. We all have wisdom within ourselves. We have this knowledge within ourselves. And we stop asking ourselves what is right and what is wrong. And because we also sometimes have a very strong belief that we're holding on to. So when people are not following that belief that you have, then you also get triggered. And you also don't believe in that. So it's even worse, even more triggering.
Echo trigger, boom, 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 both sides.
Yes. So you have to stop that and believe something that is going to help you and help others in the way. I also always share this to all my soul that come home. I say, any belief is not a wrong belief, as long as that belief doesn't harm you and harm others. Except take the responsibility.
You will be hosting a forgiveness ceremony ritual on the 27th of April from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Thailand. Could you please share with us how this ceremony will help people and why it is so powerful?
Well, let's come and experience. And then until you experience, then you will know. Some of you probably already done a lot of forgiving, right? Already trying to let go of. But forgiveness needs an understanding before you forgive. In the workshop or ceremony that we're going to do, it's going to be a lot of things that rising. So I'm gonna open things up, because I'm also an energy healer, right? So I'm connecting with everybody that's gonna join the session. And I will connect with those energies that everyone is rising. So it's good sometimes to have some pusher, right? Someone that pushing to helping. And doing the forgiveness ceremony is good. It's a good practice already. But if you have another person to witness it, that understand and that able to shift that energy with you, then come and try. Come and experience with me.
Is this event only for people who believe in Buddhism, or it could be of many different beliefs?
Any belief, anyone, not just Buddhism, because it's a energetic releasing as well, as we need to have some concept of something for us to grasp the concept, right? To understand, to really embody. My background is raising as a Buddhism, so I'm using that Buddhist belief to just open things up. But it's an energy that is in us that we've been holding on, whatever that is, that frequency that we have, we've been holding on ourselves, and that's what that we're going to release that. But to release that, we need to have this human mind to connect with our human senses. So anyone welcome to join. I'm looking forward to it, to share. I've been practicing this for a long time, been sharing with everyone that come home, and it takes time and step to get into that. So even this event is very short time, we will release something that is in the surface for everybody, so that people can readjust themselves and move on. And this work is quite deep. So if you have time, then it's good to really dig into it, to come and experience these 2 hours with me to see if anything release, like if I can help, then welcome to the longer journey.
Thank you so much for sharing that. So I understand that this is a group forgiveness ritual ceremony. However, if there are people who would like to request for a private forgiveness ceremony, is it possible?
Yes, it is possible. I also do my main work is one-to-one because it's very personal. Everyone have different experience, different belief, different things that everybody holding on to. The group is also good that will also, the energetically, collectively helping one another.
So, Naiyana, thank you so much for sharing your wisdom, your presence, and your stories with us today. I'm sure that the message that you have shared resonates with many, touch many hearts, is very comforting and supportive for people who are in the middle of their transition from their old belief system or their old worlds to a newer version, a newer life that they're about to embark on their journey. If you feel called to join the forgiveness ritual ceremony with Naiyana online on 27th of April from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. Thailand, you can click to the link that we have below to enroll, to subscribe for it. Naiyana will also provide private sessions if they're interested in. You can also make a booking on Ascension Wellness as well.
Thank you for inviting me in here. I hope to see you soon in Bangkok. Yes?
Yes, I look forward to welcoming you at Ascension Wellness Bangkok. It's the healing center, the sacred space that we welcome all authentic healers who are passionate about their arts and who has walked the walk to come here to Bangkok to share their gifts to people who are ascending, who needed help and support. Everybody, if you're looking forward to hearing more interviews with awesome healers like Naiyana and Evelyn and all the future healers that we will be interviewing, please do subscribe, like, and share to Ascension Wellness Bangkok and to Sage and Soul Talk. If this episode really resonates with you, with this topic about forgiveness, please do share, like, and subscribe, and share it to friends and family and community and to people who you feel will benefit from this message so we can all help each other rise to a higher consciousness and towards inner peace. Thank you so much for your time. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I look forward to welcoming everybody to the next episode. So please prepare and blessings.
Thank you. Thank you very much.